everyone! So, yeah, I know, another video from me in a period of time that is not excessively long. Yeah, surprise, I'm back. Today I'm going to be doing the Oddities tag. Apparently, I was tagged to do this about 2 years ago, but I just hadn't seen it. So I was tagged by a lovely person named Leanne Shee, and check her out. I will link to that channel and to that video so you can see that one. I just didn't see this until literally this morning, and I was like, oh, that's my name in the tagged list, so I'm gonna do it now. I think this is actually probably better that I do it now since my collection has grown immensely in the past year, because I just have gotten really into oddity collecting, and as you know, I make jewelry and stuff. So fun fact for all my new college friends who don't know anything about me and are stumbling across this mess of a channel, surprise, I'm a weirdo, but you know what? I love it. So I'm just gonna jump right in. Question 1 is what was the first item in your oddities collection? The first item I think I got was, well, there were two, because I got them like right, there were 2 deer skulls. One was a guy, one was a male deer skull, and one was a female. One was given to me by a friend who I don't really talk to anymore, and the other one my dad found when he was out hiking, so that was pretty cool. He kind of stepped on it, so it's a little shaky. Don't know where it is right now. It's kind of, I just disappeared out of my room, so it's somewhere. But the male deer skull I have up here, I will include a picture, possibly. If not, you've probably seen it on my Instagram, so yeah. What is your favorite type of oddity to collect? My favorite type of oddity is antique taxidermy. I love, and especially if it's like really fucked up, like if it's like weird, like if it doesn't even look like an animal, you're like, what? And it has like crazy eyes. Love that kind of weird taxidermy stuff. But I only have one piece of antique taxidermy, kind of, and it is this, which is a deer skull cap, and it still has the imprint of the brain on the inside, so that's kind of fun. Yeah. Number 3. Do you scavenge and clean your items or buy them? Which do you prefer? I do a mix of both. For my jewelry, I generally ethically source things. I buy online from a woman who works with Native Americans down in Florida who collect, and some of the proceeds go to them, I believe, unless I am incredibly mistaken. And I use a lot of that for like bulk items. Like if I get a huge, there have been times where I just can't go out and scavenge for things because I'm at school and it's incredibly frowned upon to bring dead animals back to your dorm and macerate them inside. So for that stuff I do tend to buy like jawbones and stuff, but if you ever have any questions on how I ethically source things, let me know. Other than that, I do scavenge, but also it's kind of hard to do, especially where I live, because like you can't, there's some things that belong to the county, and there's a lot of stupid rules. But when I can scavenge, I do. Other than that, it's all antique stuff, so it's not promoting hunting or anything like that. Where do you keep your collection? Literally everywhere. My collection, honestly, some of it is actually at school with me. I have this really beautiful case of butterflies, or well, not case, it's like a picture frame, and I think I might have shown it in a previous video. And that is hanging on my wall, and I also carry this little marten skull with me that my grandma's dogs found, and it's kind of ironic because they're Maltese dogs, and this is basically bigger than the both of them. So I have this. He has a little paint on the bottom of his jaw right now, so I gotta get that off. And he's just, I bring this with me to school because, like, paganism. So, but I generally keep this off my desk and, like, away from my roommate so she doesn't kill me, and, you know, she already puts up with me as it is, so, yeah, so it's always around me, and if I'm not wearing anything taxidermy related, it's somewhere in my room. I'm sure you can stumble across something. How long have I been collecting? I have not been collecting that long. I guess it's only been about 2 years, really, that I've been like hardcore collecting. And this past year was really when I started getting into it, so I guess senior year was when I was really into collecting stuff. Like to the point that there was a deer skull like on the pavement, and I made my best friend come with me because I didn't want to be judged by like 8 million people as they were exiting school, so I went and like scooped it up into a bag and put it in a cooler in my car because I thought that would make like the smell not, because it had like half a face, so it was disgusting. And so I got home, and I only live like not even 10 minutes away from the school, and I opened the car and it was, or I opened the trunk, and it was the most god-awful smell ever. So I just, you know, after that I tried macerating it for like a day, and it was the worst experience ever. Like rehydrating that was disgusting. So I just, you know, I gave up on that one. I put it out in the woods and I just don't know what happened to it. So anyways, that was kind of a funny tangent, but yeah, I've only been like hardcore collecting for about a year. Okay, number 6. Does age matter in your collection? Don't really know what this means, because I guess this is asking like if you only collect old taxidermy, and no, I just kind of collect what I find. To me, I guess antique stuff is pretty cool. Like I prefer it, but I'm also not gonna like, if someone's like, hey, I found this last week, do you want it? I am not gonna say no. So actually that happened to me literally yesterday, so yeah. What is one item that you've always wanted to have in your collection? There's an antique store up near my grandparents' house in the mountains. I'm not gonna say where they live. They're just... Anyways, near my grandparents' house there's this really cool antique store, and it was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen in my entire life, but I didn't have the money for it. It was $90, but it was this little fruit bat that was in a case, and it was like perfectly pinned, and it was the most beautiful specimen I'd ever seen, and I wanted it so bad. I just didn't have the money, so I was like, okay, who's gonna buy this? And then I came back like a couple weeks later with my friends, like we went to stay up at their house, and I did have the money at that point, and it was gone. So unfortunately, my luck was bad with that, but I've always kind of wanted a bat. I think it'd be really cute because, you know, my name, Batty in the Graveyard. I also really like, I don't know, I guess that would be my big thing. If anything else, it would be, I really want to re-articulate like a skeletal deer. So like specifically a buck. So you know how you have like a normal mount with a real buck, you know, it's all fleshed out. If I could take the bones that were in that, including the antlers, and like re-articulate it to look like it was just like a skeletal deer, that would be probably the coolest thing ever. No idea where I would put it. Probably nowhere, because it's never gonna happen, but if I could do it, that would be the coolest thing ever. Do many people know about your oddity collecting, and if so, what do they think? Obviously my family does, because they see me dragging dead stuff in the house all the time. My grandparents know about it, and I told you that about their dogs who found that marten skull. My friends kind of know, like my friends from high school do know, because like it's a small town, everyone knows everything about everyone. But I also had a small school, so I'm sure by the time this video goes up, everyone is gonna be like, oh my god, there's that girl who like collects dead shit. But for the most part, people don't really care. Like, it's not exactly one of those things I bring up in the 3 fun facts about you. It's like, let's see, I can draw, I like fashion, and I collect dead things. Not quite the opener I'm going for, but whatever. But most of my friends who kind of, like, in the roundabout way have found out just because I constantly spout out facts about, like, bones and stuff. And they're like, what the fuck? How do you know that? They're like, oh, that's cool. That's definitely you. Yes, so what is your most special, precious, favorite piece in your collection? All my pieces are precious to me, honestly. But my top one would definitely be like the first thing I got. I painted it, and it's really cool, and it has to do with my religion, so that's like the most precious thing for me, personally. What's the rarest, most odd item in your collection? I don't think any of them are really that weird. I guess that skull cap, because like the antlers, but I don't really think they're that weird. I have a snake that my cat killed, and I like preserved it, and it was like this long. It was kind of funny. Yeah, it was a garden snake. It's not that weird. So I don't really think I have anything that's too particularly peculiar. I'll work on that. What's something you would like to have more of in your collection? Definitely more skulls. I like teeth and stuff. I think those are like so cool. So something with like really big teeth, like some sort of carnivore would be awesome. So number 12 is, do you have any oddities related jewelry? I do. I make jewelry for like some extra fast cash, and yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Yeah, I do. I make it, so hit me up. What got you interested in oddities? I started watching this channel called, well, it was Stars in the Gutter, I believe. And then he changed over to the Vulture Prince, which kind of got me into it because I was like, oh, this is really cool. And then I got on Tumblr, and that just kind of. But I've always kind of liked bones and stuff. I used to look through my dad's he's a dentist, so in case you couldn't tell from the third video I made, he had a bunch of old anatomy books, and I would always look at the skeletons and stuff, so yeah. 14, would you ever collect anything Nope. Nope, I'm already going to stop it right there. Would you ever collect any human-related oddities such as human skulls, bone, hair, teeth, shrunken heads? Okay. No, but I did want to keep my wisdom teeth. I was very drugged up. I wanted to keep them. I thought they were stealing my teeth. That's the only thing that I would even consider, but that's just because I like teeth. But I wouldn't ever collect human teeth. I think that's kind of, like from other humans, I think that's a little weird. But no, I don't think I would ever collect human bones or skulls or anything. That's just a little beyond my realm of comfort for my personal taste. What is the latest addition to your collection? I cannot show that to you right now, but in my garage I have this big crate of like 20 deer jaws that I bought for my crafting work. So I have to cut some of them, paint some of them, glue some of them together because like teeth are falling out, which are kind of interesting because I didn't know that I don't know if people know, but deer have 2 sets of teeth, which, or at least the ones that I got had like teeth underneath in the jaw, which was really cool because some of the teeth are coming out and you can see that, which is interesting. A little anecdote. What was the first piece you found? I don't have it with me, but I found a little mouse skeleton. Don't know where that is. The only thing that I can think of other than that would be the deer skull that my dad found it for me, but. And then the first thing that you bought, another piece I don't have, is I bought myself a coyote jaw, and that was probably the greatest moment of my entire life. So, yeah. Alright, so that kind of brings us to the end of this tag. I hope all of this recorded very well, and I hope that if you guys have any other questions, if you can't understand me because I know I talk a mile a minute, if you have any other questions, please just let me know, and I will hope to see you in another video soon. Okay, bye!